are your own limitation.
Yep.
You see the world as you are, not as the world is. So when you look at the world
Mm-hmm.
and see nothing but roadblocks and nothing but things that are getting in your way, like you are seeing, you are projecting your own inadequacies on the rest of the world, and the rest of the world will forever be inadequate for you.
When people have a different mindset, they develop a different frame of the way the world works, and then they act differently in that world. And it's funny, a friend of mine who I was hanging out this weekend, on his boat,
Nice.
this was his nugget: universe rewards action.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm,
So,
makes sense.
right. And so you could do whatever with that. You know what I mean? Like your choices of who you want to be and what you want to do in the world, right? You could figure it out. And now with like all world's mankind's knowledge at your fingertips and AI to translate it for you and find you the most relevant information, there is absolutely zero excuses to not. If you have a phone, you're done. You have internet
I mean,
connectivity, you're done.
every people make their own excuses.
Yeah.
Like I met a guy 2 nights ago. So I was sitting inpatient watch for somebody who had expressed
Mm-hmm.
an ideation,
Mm-hmm.
and so he's about to fly back home, and uh, so I was supposed to sit with him for something like 10 hours. So I ended up sitting with him
Mm-hmm.
for 5.5, 6 hours until his supervisor came, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be flying out with him in a few hours." I was like, "Oh, cool."
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to him, just like getting to know him a little bit, and he said that his father had come to the US from Mexico with nothing,
Mm-hmm.
like dirt poor,
Mm-hmm.
made his way to Florida, got into the orange
Mm-hmm.
farming
Mm-hmm.
business, got to the point where he was making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Invested that money back into the business
Mm-hmm.
and built himself a prosperous business. And then
Mm-hmm.
2005 came and crushed everything. I don't know why
Mm-hmm.
2005 was such a terrible year for
Orange
orange
Grove, yeah.
farmers, but apparently it was.
Mm-hmm.
So now he owns a series of like a couple restaurants. He's got rental houses. This kid that I was sitting with, he's like, "Yeah, I've got a farm. I've got a wife and kids, boat side by side. We
Mm-hmm.
raise cattle on our farm. Cousin's got a restaurant. Like his whole family
Mm-hmm.
are business owners. You don't have to start with something to create something,
Right.
because the prosperity, the opportunities for prosperity are only limited. Like you are your own limitation.
Yep.
You see the world as you are, not as the world is. So when you look at the world
Mm-hmm.
and see nothing but roadblocks and nothing but things that are getting in your way, like you are projecting your own inadequacies on the rest of the world, and the rest of the world will forever be inadequate for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so until you have that shift in mentality where, oh, I can create the life that I want based on how I think about the world around me. I can develop myself into the person that I want to be, to experience the things that I want to experience. Like, and once you make that shift, or if that's how you're raised, like you're never going to be confronted with problems. You're never going to be confronted
Mm-hmm.
with roadblocks. You're just going to be confronted with learning opportunity after learning
Right.
opportunity after
Right.
learning opportunity. Like, and that is all life is. It's a series of learning opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
I learned more about what constitutes a good marriage from my first marriage ending,
Mm-hmm.
from 18 years of growing up in my household.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? I learned more in like 2, 3 kind of rocky, tumultuous years,
Hmm.
and that will serve me for the rest of my life
Right, 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 right.
because I
Defines you.
because I decided
Hmm.
that I was going to learn from the experience instead of be torn down by it.
Right.
And anybody can do this.
Yeah.
You just want to.
Well, and the problem, right, and just like it's very hard for people to hear that they're projecting their own inadequacy. So the things that they're bitching about is themselves. And as soon as somebody goes, "Oh man, really? Like that hurts. Like I don't want to think like that. I don't want to think that it's me." And in the coaching industry, the one of the biggest obstructions, right, to people signing up is that as soon as they realize that, oh, this is about me, this is about like looking at me every day. Oh, wait a minute here. That's not what I signed up for. And it can be
So
a challenge for some people to
I
if they don't
think,
have that mindset, right? If they don't have that, oh no, this is a learning opportunity
yeah.
mindset, then it's a struggle.